Welcome everyone to the Empower Her Hour, a meeting in the ladies' room. My name is Rhonda L. Cox, the international event producer, and I am joined here with my sisters. So listen, if you follow any of us on social media, you have seen us whining and dining. You've seen us celebrating each other's wins. You've seen us doing our slumber parties, our choreography, because you know, that's what we do. But now we are offering an inside view of what actually goes on with us. And so we are using our social media platform to normalize sisterhood, specifically amongst Black women. So allow me the opportunity to introduce my sisters. Go ahead.
I'm Donzella Marie, the assistant living coach. Oh, okay, I guess it's me then.
I am April J. I am the owner and CEO of WPB Media Networks.
I am Arely Soler. I am the Afro-Latina bringing the sazon to the group.
I see.
I know 3 words. And again, Rhonda L. Cox, the international event producer. So listen, we wanted to get into this conversation. We wanted to talk about what makes us a sisterhood. What is, so we hear about it all the time. We see it also being destroyed. We see it all that. So we just wanted to talk about what makes us so strong. How it is that like almost a year later, we are still sitting here strong with so many more plans in the future, even to the point where now we have this podcast. So let's just talk about it. Let's talk about everyone's experience with previous sisterhoods, so to speak. You got something? I can already tell.
I'm anti-SC. So I think that what makes our sisterhood so solid is because we are able to express ourselves with no judgment, right? Mm-hmm. I am my own person. April J is her own person. Yes!
I don't know what she said.
And Rhonda L. Cox is her own person. But on a more serious note, I just want to say that people throw around sisterhood so easy, right? But you have to really understand and respect what sisterhood really is all about. So for me, I think sisterhood is more so about understanding each other, right? Respecting each other's boundaries. I also think that just loving on one another, even if we agree.
Listen, we real transparent up in here. Let go of the microphone.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine.
Go.
I don't know if
something we should be on the podcast. Listen, y'all are getting us. This is what we do.
No, for real. No, you're so I thought that this was going up and down. But anyway, sorry, y'all. But actually, in all actuality, I was just saying that with us, I think that we're really authentic, we're transparent, and even if we agree or don't agree with what it is that each one of us are doing, right? So,
So, is this the moment where we introduce our bartender?
As I was saying, is that oftentimes women throw around sisterhood or what have you, right? It doesn't really mean sisterhood.
Right.
To me, sisterhood means you can say what you want, mean what you say, and still love one another, right? Without bringing each other down, without hurting each other's feelings. But you know what? No, I may hurt your feelings, but I don't mean to. I just want you to love. Right, it does. But I just want you guys to get it and understand that I do love each and every one of you, but I don't want you to be played a fool. Right.
I think it comes as a low maintenance friendship, meaning that you're. We know each other. We don't have to be at everyone's beck and call.
Yeah.
But when it does come time, we are there. We are strong. We are each other's rock, and we can come together full circle. But we don't have to be in each other's DM, phone every day.
Yeah, we don't talk
in each
all the
other's
time.
business.
Right.
But when we come together, we come together. And I think as a sisterhood, we all have our own lives. We have things going on. But when it's time when we come together, because we need that. We need our time with our friends that are close to us, and we can be vulnerable. Yeah. We can share intimate moments, whether it's on the outside, talking about something outside of there, and something inside. I mean, whether it's personal, whatever it is. And, we have good time with it. We throw shade and then we come back,
Like little shade.
Little shade. But
now the group chat be shady.
But we know that shade is from a good place and we all are good with it. And I think that's what's more important.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think people probably want to know, like, how did we even get together? The truth, or here we go.
Okay, so all right, because Donzella like to say.
Well, I always tell the same story.
Now, Bernie, I'm the one that cussed a lot, so bear with me, because Donzella like to start shit. All right, so.
Not too much of my friend.
But I take full responsibility. However, when we did meet, we met through your fiance.
Shout out to the contract,
Yes, he
doctor.
used to be my attorney.
Okay.
And he introduced us to you. And I think at that moment, all of us instantly kind of like each other. I mean, we all went to a Yoni thing together.
That was our first date.
Exactly.
I didn't. Just I didn't go to the yoga machine.
I'm working it. But yeah, we all got the
My coochie was clean.
The coochie clean. That's what we did. We got the cooch clean. Okay? And we were.
Hold, time out. So you saying because you didn't go to the Yoni scene the first date that we was dirty?
You said that. I didn't say anything like that. I didn't say anything
I had to get rid of some shit.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. I agree.
But I mean, we all talked, and when I actually came here, to your lovely house, because we're in her bathroom, because this is the ladies' room.
The ladies.
Just a bathroom section.
I told Paul, I said, you know what? I said, I haven't seen her. How is she doing? And I was like, you know what, Paul? I'm gonna reach out to her because I don't want her to think that something happened or whatever.
Let me just say this. Let me cut to the chase. Before I tell you my side of the story, I need me an espresso martini.
Oh my!
Listen, I need an espresso martini before I tell my side of the story.
Oh, about how you was ready to fight?
So right now we have Amistad, the bartender, who's going to be sharing his amazing espresso martini. Now I like it sweet, dark, tall, and chocolate like my man.
Like her man.
How you like it?
Me and April like it.
I like it dark, black, and strong like mine.
Okay. And
I like mine delectable.
Okay.
Appealing to my palate.
I know that's right.
With
We share the same
diabetes.
thing.
Okay.
Listen, so what you need to know is, sisters, you have to have a signature drink. So if y'all familiar with the TV show Sex and the City, they had their little cosmopolitans and things like that. For us, it is an espresso martini.
We love to drink our dessert.
We have liquid desserts when we go out to dinner, and so we have dined in some great establishments, and they have thankfully all have been able to cater to our desire to have our liquid dessert at the end of the meal. But we are blessed to be able to have an in-house bartender, and he knows each one of our palates and has created them to make sure that they're going to be delicious all the way around. So all right, so get back to the story.
So.
Oh, wait a minute, April was telling the story.
I know,
your story just be real.
But you know how. No, like that. But go.
Leader.
Go.
So before you get started, I
Uh-oh.
want to make sure I deliver your drinks to you.
I like the delivery.
Incoming!
Yes.
So for April, we have a very delicious mudslide espresso martini.
Nice.
Yes.
For Donzella, we have an iced coffee espresso martini.
Gracias, muchacho.
With extra
That's a
sugar.
little Mexican.
Okay. Wait.
Can we drink together? One night?
Hey,
For
I'm thirsty.
For Rhonda, we have the salted caramel macchiato espresso martini.
Salty.
Thank you. Caramel.
Exactly.
Okay.
And for Aurelis, we have the traditional espresso martini, very coffee forward.
Yes.
So just a little bit about the espresso martini. It was created in 1983 by a brother by the name of Brad Sell, who was a bartender in London. So when a well-known model came to his bar, she said, I need something that's going to wake me up and F me up.
I know, that's right.
Ooh, not
I like that.
So enjoy.
Okay, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
Empower
Cheers.
Hour.
Hour.
Meeting in the ladies' room.
All right. Oh, sorry.
On my brand new goddamn Ralph Lauren carpet.
The number roll was
All right.
don't spill nothing on the carpet.
So let me begin where you left off.
I need to put water on it.
Okay.
Just because you're friends, for me, it doesn't necessarily mean that I need to talk to you every day. We need to text every day. However, in friendships, I feel as though you need to still check on one another, right?
Right.
But with these bitches, sorry, they totally left me out in the dust, and I didn't hear from them for over a year or
Oh,
two.
wait a minute. You gotta be specific about the bitches.
Okay.
Because I am one of them.
Okay, so it wasn't Arella's. It was April J. and
Rhonda L. Cox.
Anyway, seriously, all jokes aside, I did not hear from them for about a year, 2 years, or what have you. So Arelis and I met. Arelis was having a party,
Right.
and she needed to buy some spirits or what have you. Fast forward, I kind of told her a little bit about these women, and I just said, I don't know, what happened. We did the whole Yoni scene, what have you, and I don't know what happened. So I invited everybody over to the house. And I was like, Arelis, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna take place. I didn't know, whatever. So as soon as they walked into my yard, I was like, yo, listen.
And what did I say to you?
You apologize,
I did.
but I did have to post up on somebody.
And what I say?
You know what? You took it all in and you said, I'm sorry.
I said you're right.
Meanwhile, I was in the back like, what the
Right.
fuck is going on? Right.
But you know what? And so that's what's so great about us is that they heard me out, right? You guys heard me out. You guys listened and you guys took it all in and you were just like, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. And that's what friends are all about. Taking ownership and holding yourself accountable. Absolutely.
Yeah, and being willing to be vulnerable and, authentic with it. Like, okay, yeah, I messed up. I dropped the ball. Even though it was COVID and life or whatever.
Exactly.
But I'm here, I'm owning up to it, and what can we do to move forward?
Right.
And been going strong
Exactly.
ever since. Like,
Now, she wasn't the only one that came to the party. Just FYI.
listen, but
It's still only 4 of us. Just FYI.
we do 4. We do 4 so well.
Okay. I am all about bringing people into the circle.
Picking up
That's just
strays.
me. I am. No, they're
Exactly.
not. They're not strays.
They
I am
are.
all about sisterhood.
Okay.
And that means if I want to bring in additional 1, 2, 3, or 4 women,
And it didn't happen.
you guys didn't even give them an opportunity.
I don't
I
play well with
did.
others.
I did. But what I will segue into though is that I want everyone to, the bathrobes that you designed. for
Okay.
us. So we had created this whole notion that we wanted to do a slumber party. And so yes, that sounds very high schoolish. But I want to say, women, we need to normalize that. We need to normalize creating safe spaces for us to be us in front of each other. So we did a slumber party here. And Donzella made sure that we each have our own customized satin bathrobe. So that's what you see here.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun that night.
did.
We did our dance routine to Beyonce's Cuff It Challenge. We did the Cuff It
That
Challenge.
Rhonda made us do.
Absolutely. 5,
And
6,
six,
5, 6, 7, 8. And we did a holistic piece there where we were able to tap into our energies and things like that. It was great. And so I say all that to say that when you're thinking about, well, what am I supposed to do with my girl circle? Outside of going to dinners and things of that nature, those are other options that you have. Like, think outside of the box. Go back to your childhood. What made you love hanging out with your good girlfriends?
Right.
Slumber parties, trips, any of those things. It's whatever makes you
It's
happy.
not just about going out to dinner.
Yeah,
You have
no.
to really dig deep and what's really fun?
Yeah, what's fun? Like, what do you want to do that's fun? Like, you said, hey, let's do a podcast. That's fun. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. It's just another opportunity.
Yeah, and it's like our everyday life. Like, it's not just like, oh, let's just be,
Because
be on camera or whatever. but
we
it's
have
like
really interesting interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I think even today, I think if we would have put our behind the scenes on, I mean, just by that was a whole episode within itself.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely.
It was.
And I
Because
think,
you had these two just going back and forth at it. You know?
yeah, so I really think
Ever hard working. No,
Right.
but let me
I
just say this.
really
But
think
in this sisterhood, right? You guys are gonna make me cry, but seriously.
You know,
In this,
don't cry, don't cry.
no, I'm serious. Like in this group of us, we're all different, but similar. Okay.
Right.
And just because you're different doesn't mean that you cannot come together.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. So I love the fact that we are different, but yet we're similar.
Right.
Even though I'm the boss, guys.
Oh, we'll let you say that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
No,
we give it
seriously.
to 'em.
But even though we're different, we're similar, and that's what makes us have a wonderful sisterhood. You know, we're comfortable with each other. We're comfortable in our own skin. We're comfortable with our journey. And I think, unfortunately, sometimes when women say sisterhood, they don't really know what it means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like literally, I don't think they know what it means.
I've heard people say, be careful, because you know, when you say sisterhood, you hear that as in a snake.
Snake, yeah.
And I cringe when I hear that but that's the reality of it. A lot of
It is
women
a lot of-
have PTSD when it comes to sisterhood. Like I talked about it with my getting ready to be 20-year-old daughter. Like what she experienced in high school, those friends are not your friends. And then, you know, like as you move forward into college, the things that you deal with, and then here I am in my 40s, and I've had hurt and trauma surrounding sisterhood.
Well, because I think a lot of times, often enough, is that there's so much competition within Black women, right? And even within a sisterhood, there's a lot of competition, whether you care to believe it or not, right?
Absolutely.
And so when there's competition in it, to me, that's not a sisterhood.
No. And you know, I often say you're blessed when you find one, but you're even more blessed when you find many. Because I often tell my daughters, I have 2 adult daughters, and I tell them, you know, coming up, I had a group of ladies that I went to college with. And to this day, we're all still
So
close.
friends, yeah.
We're all still, you know, we don't talk to each other every day, but when we come together, you know, and
Right.
so to be able to find 2 groups of friends that are similar, and you know, you can also be open and very honest, and them accepting you for who you are. That's hard to find, because a lot of times, you know, women, and it's not necessarily just Black women, but just women in general, you know, we find ourselves, and you see it on reality shows,
Right.
you know,
We are not slinging no espresso martinis up in here.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of that is staged from, you know, just it's staged. But the way they treat each other, it's like, okay, that's what makes other women in reality not really trust other women.
Right.
And I feel like you can't have a friendship if you can't have trust. It's just like a relationship. You can't have trust.
That's right.
You can't have a relationship without trust. If the trust is there, there's no relationship. You're just coexisting.
Right.
And that's why I wanted us to make sure that we were normalizing sisterhood.
Because there's a commonality. Yes, to Dalzell's point, we all have our own lives. We all do our own things, but we do have a commonality amongst each other because we do have that vulnerability, and we do share some type of energy, some type of vibe between us that does bring us together. I mean, we may not be doing what she does, but at the end of the day, we bring whatever it is, whether it's our woes, whether it's our laughter, whether it's our whatever it is, and we appreciate whatever it is. And, you know, sometimes we laugh about it, sometimes we really sit down and we may cry about it, or and we give advice or whatever. And I think the commonality of that, we may not necessarily share outside of what it is that we do in our normal lives, but we do share that commonality that does bring us together as a sisterhood, because to your point, we need that. We need that coming to, I mean, there's a bigger picture behind that. We need that to help us in our outside.
Oh, yeah.